I'm going to show you guys who's going to be sitting on my lap this entire video. Anyways, my name is Becky, and if you guys haven't seen my first video, that's totally fine. It's kind of a follow-up to that on digestive health and parasites, and all of that's included in that fun stuff. So, I mean, I'm sorry if you're here because you're probably dealing with that, and that sucks. However, I'm also happy you're here because I feel like I might have some information that might help you get through all of this. So updates since then, I don't even know how long it's been. It's at least been, I think, like 6 months, and I mean, you might be able to tell I have way more energy. I feel like my brain's working a little bit better. I'm still not all the way there, but at least now it feels like it's like possible to be fully healthy, where as before I was kind of afraid if that was going to be my new level and I wasn't ever going to get, better. But slowly every day I'm getting a little bit better, have a little bit more energy. It's like I don't just come home and go to bed anymore. I might, take the dog for a walk or go to the gym and just do a little bit. It's not crazy, but it makes a difference, and I'm excited about it. So, let's see. The first thing I'm going to tell you guys about is Combatrin. It's actually a medicine. So I don't have very much money. I really can't afford to be going to the doctors. Like, I've gone a lot and they really weren't able to help me. I did a lot of tests and they never came back positive, which is really frustrating because, like, I knew I had them, I saw them, and it just happened to be that they weren't showing up on these tests. So I thought that was my only way that I was going to be able to get the medicine I needed, and I wasn't really aware that it's available at the store. I got Combatrin, which you can get on Amazon, and it was $27 for 4 treatments, which is really good. And it suggested that if you have some other people living in your household, you guys should all do it. So that worked out well. Me and my partner, we both took it, and we both had, like, I had immediate, like, stomach cramps, and, like, that night and the next day, I passed a lot of stool, and he didn't feel anything, but then the next day, he said his back hurt really, really bad. He got really nauseous. He had to come home from work, and he was sick for a little bit, but then he was totally fine. We took it again in 2 weeks and didn't have really anything, so we're just gonna kind of do like maintenance from here on out and maybe take it like once every 6 months, just to make sure this never happens again. The other thing that, well, there's a lot of things, but another point is I took CBD, and this is kind of big for me because I really wasn't sure, what all the hype was about, or if it'd really do anything for me, or how it'd relate to my issues I was having, because at that point, like, I couldn't really have anything. Like, if I had, like, for instance, I had blue cheese one night, and, like, the whole next day, it felt like I had had, like, 8 beers. Like, I felt, like, so hungover, I couldn't even drive. Like, I didn't feel comfortable driving. It was really, really bad, and I was having these reactions to food, like, a lot. Like, I would get sick, throw up, or just, like, my entire body would hurt. And so I was kind of desperate to try anything. So I tried the CBD, and I tried 15 milligrams, I think, so it's relatively low. I didn't feel like I needed a whole lot. And something interesting happened. My shoulders, like, dropped. My belly dropped. I didn't realize, like, how much I was holding my body and, like, clenching everything. And on top of that, I was, like, also kind of clenching my mind. I didn't realize, how much anxiety I'd had, just kind of like depression and just down, and I feel like the CBD just kind of let it go a little bit and made it a little bit easier just to relax, and it was what I needed at that time, and it kind of highlighted that maybe I wasn't dealing with stress very well, and I started thinking about it, and I've been stressed probably, at least 10 years just from going to college, then moving here, moving there, going there, always being out of money, there was always one thing to another, and I originally dealt with it with just drinking, which is also terrible for your health. So I just had a lot of stress, and stress is like the number one predecessor to disease. being in a stressed out state puts you in your sympathetic nervous system. That's the fight or flight. You're going to be breathing more. It's more of an anxious breath. You're not going to digest your food very well. Your immune system is heightened, and doing this for a really long time is actually going to weaken that immune system and make you less able to fight off diseases. And this was kind of evident the last time I went to the doctor, and I had gotten extremely ill, and I had expected, my immune system count to be high, and it was actually low. So I think at that point, my immune system had already tanked, and it trying its best was below average. So that was a really big wake up for me, and since then, to help with all the stress, it's been really hard. I've been trying for years. I have cut out caffeinated coffee. I've tried to cut out the decaf because in my mind, it's probably still not that great having seeds boiled up in water. Most seeds don't do well with me in general, but apparently I'm having a hard time getting away from it. I still have it maybe 3 or 4 times a week, but it's decaf, and that makes a really big difference. I feel like for me, the caffeine kind of rushes everything through my system, and when I have caffeine, it doesn't allow me to break down my food, and the food travels too fast, and I'm not getting the nutrients I need. So I've cut out caffeine unless I really, really need it, but I haven't had it for 3 months now. Let's see. The last supplements I want to talk about are organs and collagen. So if you're in this stressed out state, your body is not able to properly absorb the nutrients that you need, or these parasites are stealing them from you, or both. And so I was experiencing these issues for 3 or 4 years. That's a really long time. And before that, I was also vegetarian, which for me was not really that great because I couldn't eat a lot of things because I was allergic to them. So this has been a long time coming. I personally also had an IUD, a copper one, for 9 months, and that was horrible on top of all of this because it led to me having very strong menstruations very often, and it just depleted me even more of everything I need to feel good. So I'm kind of coming at this as a whole body thing. Why is my body not able to fight this off? And unfortunately, I believe that this has affected me system-wide, so I'm kind of supporting my entire body now, and that's been the best thing I've done. So the first thing I started taking, it's from Ancestral Supplements, and I like them. They're a really good company. If you look on Amazon, they have 5-star reviews on everything. They're a really good company, and they do grass-fed New Zealand cattle organs, and they're you should just look at their website because I'm not gonna do them justice. But anyhow, I got the beef liver to start off with, and not knowing too much about organs, I thought this was going to be my best bet for iron, which I found out later it's actually spleen. Spleen has 5 times the amount, so I'm actually going to be getting that today, and I'm really, really excited. Maybe I'll give another update once I get that. However, with the liver, you actually have to start off really slow because basically your body's not used to getting good nutrition. It's used to getting crud, right? We don't eat very good food. So it's kind of imagine if you had a house and you had a bunch of terrible furniture in it, awful, and all of a sudden someone gives you all this really nice stuff. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep all their cruddy stuff? No. You're going to toss all that out. So that's kind of the theory behind why when you start taking organs, you might actually experience detox if your body has not had the proper detoxification pathways, which I'm betting most of you guys are in that as well. So when I first took it, it says to take 6 capsules, and I was like, oh, well, I've done so many detox things, I'll be fine. So I took 4, and I felt terrible. I had a headache, I felt nauseous, and I don't suggest it. I suggest to do what they say, which is to start off with 1 a day, and then just slowly work up until you get to the 6. But this is where I started to actually notice a boost in my energy, which was really exciting. So it wasn't, crazy, but again, it was just that little bit of something in me that I didn't have before, and it was awesome. So I definitely suggest taking the beef liver. They also have a beef organs, just if you want to do like an all-around everything, which would be really good. I can't remember. There's like 5 different organs in that one, and it's a little bit cheaper too. The other one that we're taking, which actually has liver in it as well, is beef brain. So I just feel like I've been really fatigued, and like my brain, if I'm being honest, just doesn't feel like it's been, 100% during this whole process. And so I thought, well, why the heck not try it out? And I've noticed, like, again, it's not like insane, but there's a difference. And considering that we've only been taking these products for a little bit less than a month, I think that says a lot. I can only imagine how after taking them for 6 months, how you'd feel. But like, I just, again, like I feel like a little bit more positive thinking. Like, it just feels like things are working a little better. Like, I don't overreact with emotions anymore. Like, if something happens, I'm able to like think about it rationally. So I don't know. For me, it works. You might want to look at their organs and see like what you're experiencing and what might help you. The theory is, and not sure it's not. I say theory, that doesn't mean it's not true, but is that like supports like. So if you have an organ that's not doing well, taking the cells, the cells that you're taking are the exact ones that your body needs, and so they're going to go to that site. And they've actually done studies where they've looked at it and watched it, and it's something like 80% of these organs are going to that organ. So if there's a specific place you need to support, that would be a great thing. And like I said, I need to try to explain and let you guys know how that is, because it has 5 times the amount of iron, which I know I personally am very low in from all of this ordeal. And it's supposed to be amazing for your immune system and help you to become less reactive to the allergies out in the air or to things that you eat. So I'm hoping that will also help with everything as well, and maybe boost my immune system too. Let's see. Oh, and this is getting really popular, collagen. We'll put this like in, I don't know, drinks in the morning, or you can just sprinkle it in your food, whatever. It doesn't really have any flavor, and it's really easy to mix. But that's really good for your nails, your hair, your skin, your joints, and your small intestine. So a lot of places you look for like leaky gut or problems with the gut, they're going to suggest taking collagen because that helps you to build a stronger gut. So those aren't too expensive. I can't quite remember how much we paid for that, but that's 2.2 pounds. We've had that for, gosh, like probably at least 6 months. Like, it takes a long time to go through it, and that was like $40. But again, totally worth it. It's a full body benefit, if you ask me. Kind of a no-brainer, and you might feel good. It might help your knees or hips, whatever, but it definitely should help out your small intestine as well. I kind of stopped taking probiotics. I don't know. I don't feel like they're really helping me that much. I feel like I have bacteria in there. I just need to like fix everything else around it, and they can do their job. Basically, I'm trying to give myself the building blocks I need, because like I can't expect my body to heal if it doesn't have what it needs to heal. So I'm just trying to fill those gaps as best I can and allow my body to do the work that it should be doing normally. And that kind of brings me to my last point of, really take some time, maybe get a journal out and just think about, what is your lifestyle like now? Like, why were you a good host for these parasites or these digestive problems? Like, what is it about your lifestyle that's causing you to be a good place for these things to thrive? I think we have to kind of accept the blame here. It's different if you just got sick and you were out traveling in Mexico and you had it for 2 weeks and you got rid of it or whatever. But if you've had this for years, it's like, well, why? Like, what am I doing that's causing the stress or whatever to create this environment? Are you eating something? Are you, just what are you doing to cause this? So I don't know. It helped me to just sit there and think about it. I actually wrote on my computer, and for me it was stress, and I thought about, wow, like if I think back years and years and years, there's always been these pivotal events that have been happening one after the other where I don't really feel like I've been relaxed in a really long time. And for me, that was having to move around, choosing to move around a lot, which, seems like so much fun. And I went traveling, and I lived in Australia for a year, and we've lived a lot of different places, and all that was really fun. But I think it actually wreaked a lot of havoc on my health because I was so uprooted, and I just was stressed. It was like, where are we going to go? How are we going to stay? How am I going to make money? Like, is this enough money? Will we afford to get there? There's just constant unsureness, and it was stressful. Whether or not that seemed like fun stress or not, it over time took a toll on me and my ability to adapt. So I don't know. I don't know if that was helpful at all. I hope it was. Again, if you guys have any more questions, I'd love to answer it. This is like my favorite topic. I've learned a lot, and I'd love to be able to share what I know with you guys. So I hope it was helpful. Have a wonderful whatever day you're on, and I'll see you later. Bye.